Now, students, what I told you, the last class I taught you up to 5, that is up to 2 base, 2 dice when thrown together will get 36 number of sample space. Now look at here. In case of playing cards, a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Well shuffled, the card we are shuffling and we play in the deck, in the table. So that's what we call well shuffled deck of 52 cards. And there are 4 cards of. One is club, spade, hearts and diamond. And clubs have black color, spade also has black color. But hearts and diamonds are red color. Then club 2 to 10, that is 9 numbers. Spade also 9 numbers, heart also 9 numbers. They are called number cards. How many number cards? 9 number cards. Then A. A indicate S, S-E-E, S. And Q, K, J means queen, king and jack. Queen, king and jack. Queen, king, jack. Queen, king, jack. All the 3 cards we have face in the cards. That's why we call face card. How many face card? 3 face card. 1 is a 9 number. If I add it, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 3, 13. So every cards have 13 cards. And if I add all the 13 cards, 13, 13, 13, 13, you will get 52 cards. So that's why the number of sample space for this case, it will be 52. You understood? So this is the way we can develop the playing cards. Understand? You can copy down nicely. It's very important for that areas for playing cards. Now we have to discuss about favorable cases, favorable outcomes, favorable cases. Clear? Understood? Okay. Now we'll wrap this part. Now look at here. What is favorable cases? Favorable cases means if we toss a coin. Okay. Now favorable cases. Favorable cases. If we toss a coin, the number of favorable outcomes, cases for a head is 1. Suppose we toss the coin. What is the favorable case for head? Because I am favoring head. I like head. That's which I like it, which I focus it, that's called favorable cases. So favorable cases means if we toss a coin, the favorable case will be what? The favorable case will be for a head is 1. And that is H. And total number of likely outcomes will be how much? 2. That is H and T. Is not it? Look at here. If we toss a coin, then the favorable cases, we can say outcomes also. Outcomes for a head is 1. That is what? That is H. No? Okay. The favorable outcomes for a head is 1. That is H. And the total number of, that is called sample space, I saw you before. Total number, we can say, if you don't want to write, you can capital NO number, that's indicate the number, okay, dot. So total number of possible outcomes, total number of possible outcomes equal to how much? Total number of possible outcomes, tell me. That will be 2. That is what? That is H comma T, because on one coin we toss. We already saw the sample space. This is the sample space, nothing but sample space, isn't it? That is H comma. Then probability, how will do mathematically? Now probability mathematically. After knowing the favorable cases, you already know total number of possible outcomes. Now we'll go for probability. Probability we have to calculate mathematically, okay? Mathematically. We have to go for mathematically. Probability mathematically. How will do? The probability of an event E and define as P of E. If probability is an event, tossing a coin is an event, playing cards is an event, it's a different event. So, probability of an event, okay, is, say, consider P of E, E for event. If probability of an event is P of E, then probability defined as is defined as P of E. Probability defined as P of E equal to what? Number of favorable outcomes. What you can say? The number of favorable outcomes. What you can say? Number of favorable outcomes, say n of the sample space, the small n number of sample space by total number of possible outcomes. That is, we can say number of sample space of the event. We can say event, no? Only one event it is, and total number of sample space. That we can say. That is called, what you can say? The number of, we can say what? Number of outcomes favorable to E. Number of outcomes favorable to E, that's called. And total number of possible outcomes. Okay? Or we can say in that way, it's a number of favorable outcomes by total number of possible outcomes. For these cases, what is the total number of possible outcomes? 2, and there is 1. So, for this example, if you take off tossing a coin, for this example, if you take off P of E, probability of that event, it will be 1 by 2. See, there is number of favorable outcome 1 and total number of possible outcome 2. So, 1 by 2. What does it indicate? Is less than 1, no? So, probability of any event always between 0 to 1. Okay. So, if suppose number of probability of an event is 0, we cannot find any favorable outcome. For example, in a bag there are, in shopping bag, after coming back you can find some lemons, some apples. And if I ask you, just take it out and randomly from the bag some oranges, can you find? No, there is no favorable outcome. Orange is not there in the bag. So, we cannot find orange. So, such cases, such probability always 0, no? So, that is why then the event cannot be possibly occur. The event cannot possibly occur. Like the example what I given you. Orange is not there in the bag and you are asking orange. So, such cases, that event cannot occur, has 0 probability. Such event is called impossible event. Okay, I repeat, what is impossible event? When probable outcomes is not occur, what you supposed to get does not occur, such cases probability will be 0, and such event is called impossible event. Okay. Now, suppose if some possibility is 1, probable outcomes, probability of that event will be 1, then the event of certainly occurs, an event that is called certainly occur, and that has to be there. The probable and equal are called sure event. Okay, sure event. What is there? It is occur. That's called sure. That's why that probability is 1. So, when P of E is 1, that's called sure event. When probability of an event is 0, is called impossible event. I repeat, what is probability of E is 0? That is impossible event. So, if it is probability of any event is 0, that is impossible event. Okay. Impossible event. And if it is probability of event is 1, then it is called sure event. Are you getting my point? The sure event is possible to get. That means the probability run between 0 to 1. The probability run between 0 to 1. Then what will do it? Then how to write this one? Probable outcomes. So you write that way. The probability of an E is a number between 0 to 1. Then probability of any event, it will be less than equal to 1 but greater than equal to 0. So very important points. Probability lie between 0 to 1. Is not more than 1, is not less than 0. Negative not possible. 0 to 1. In between, many fraction can become, but less than 1. Okay. So that's why impossible even is sure in between we can get the range of probabilities. Clear? Understand? Now, what is the procedure to find the probability? I'll write now I'll tell you the possibility, procedure to find the probability. Clear? So please note it down. Procedure for finding probability. Simple problem of an event. Simple problem of an event. Probability. How to find? Number 1 point. Okay, number 1 point. First count the total number of outcomes on the sample space. How to find? First point will be, you have to find the total number of sample space. How to solve the simple probability events? Simple problem in event. How to solve it? First you have to count number 1 point, number of sample space. You have to count that one. How many possible outcomes are there? Then number 2 point, what is number 2 point? Then count the all possible outcomes of the event, that is of that event. Number 2 point, count all the possible outcomes of that event. What do you call? N of E. What I told you, formula? N of E. That is called number of favorable outcomes. First you have to count the number of possible outcomes. Number of possible outcomes. Possible outcomes. That is, I am showing you how to solve the problem in the exercises. Number 1, first target, read the questions and find number of sample space, that is total number of possible outcomes. Then number of possible outcomes of that event, that means favorable outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes, you have to find that part. Okay. Then substitute this value in the formula, this formula given. Now number 3 point, apply formula. Apply formula to find the probability and substitute this to value, like P of E, probability of event, equal to the N of E, the number of favorable outcomes, by number of possible outcomes, this one. Or you can use this, either this or this. This is called number of sample space on that event, we call favorable outcomes. Okay, favorable outcomes. Clear? Understand or not? Then after that you can able to get the answers. Okay, then after that you will get the answer, and that value always come less than 1. Clear? Now what is called complementary event? Some event is there complementary. You understood this part? Then apply this formula, anything. What is complementary part? Complementary part means, I'll show you something, look at here. If let E be a complementary event, okay? Complementary event. Complementary event. What is that? Let, what do you call? E denote the event. Let E denote the event. The event. Okay? Let E denote the event. Clear? Then E does not occur. If it is E does not occur, if E does not occur, we got E bar, or we can say not E. Anything you can say. Not E or E bar. If it is a probability of an event, P of E. If it is probability of an event, probability of an event, that is P of E, and probability not an event, okay, that is called not an event, probability of that not occur, is not occur, that is called P of E bar. Okay, do you follow me? P of E bar. Okay, understood or not? P of E bar. So what is the probability of this not happening? That's called E bar. Now for example, last time I given you tossing a coin. What is the total number of possible outcomes? A coin tossed. Okay. What is that number of sample outcomes? Actually it is H comma T, but when you write N, that means you have to write the number. That time you should not write the list. This is called list. Sample means this is a list. Then it will be what? 2. Then what is the number of favorable outcomes for head? Only one, no? Only one head, so it is 1. So what is the probability? It will be probability of an event. Probability of an event equal to N of E by N of S. Favorable outcome by possible outcomes, that's 1 by 2. And which is not possible? One case is not possible. Then which is P of not E? P of not E, that also 1 by out of 2. Then if I add them, P of E plus P of E bar, what will happen? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 equal to how much? 2 LCM, 1 plus 1. It will be 2 by 2 means 1. So that means what you can say is not occurring. If I add these two, that means probability of E plus probability of E bar, which is not occur, together we get 1. That's why you are telling sum of the probabilities of this. If you want to find P of E and they are given probability which is not occur, that will be 1 minus P of E bar. Or they are given P of E bar, you have to find, which is not occur. So 1 minus probability of E that event. So this way we can prove also sum of the probabilities 1, and in that relation we can find which is not happening also. Clear? So this is the total idea of probability. This is we call complementary event. That is way to help you to solve the problem. Okay? So I think I'll give you all the definitions and all. Please go through the book, and it is there clearly with the examples also. Understand? So something you have to know that before you start also. That is some ideas. What is the square number, perfect square numbers? That is you have to know first. What is a prime number? Prime number is the number can divisible by number itself, not other number, only number, like 2, 3, 5, 7, not 9, 11, like dot 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 and so on. Clear? Dot 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 and so on. That's why they are given 3 dots, you can see, and so on, or you can say and see, that's called and so on. Clear? The prime number. What is this is called only one even prime number. This is called even prime number. What is the perfect square number? Perfect square number. What is the perfect square number? That number is nothing but, say, 1, 4, 9, 16. That means the square number, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and so on. The square numbers. Okay? Square will be which number having square root. Clear? These things has to be idea when you solve the problem in the exercises. Sum of 2 digits is 7. If I say sum, I'll write here the ink. Say sum of 2 digits. 2 digits is 7, suppose. Well, how to get the numbers? 2 digits addition should be 7. Digits 0 to 9. Digit is 0 to 9. So if I add it 7, yes, 0, 2 digits. So that means 1. Start from 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 5, 7, 25. So that's the sum of 2 digits is 7. That's the number. Number which have sum of 2 digits is 7. So that is 7. We can say 3, 34, 43, then what do you call 52, then 61. We cannot get more than that. So this is the way we can find such numbers whose sum is digit is 7. Many are there. So that idea you have to know before you start the problem. So this much done. Next class I will come to the exercise. Okay.